Ooh, I think I remember this movie. This was one of the first horror movies I ever saw.
Excellent, the therapy is working already.
Well, everything's still pretty fuzzy, but let me see if I got this straight. Okay, we're in Camp Crystal Lake, 1958, of course.
How quaint.
So it's just, it's a chill, relaxing evening here at old Camp Crystal Lake. We see here that all the kids are fine. Someone's checking on the kids. What could go wrong? It's fine. No big deal.
Ah, some sort of dark incantation or demon raising, perhaps.
Something like that. I think it's what people sing when they're trying not to themselves. So these two peel off to discuss Pac-Man's strats and Eisenhower's response to the Lebanon crisis. But somebody follows them up to the loft and, well...
We weren't doing anything, we were just...
Is this fight or flight?
It's somewhere in the middle, I think.
I broke the window again. Dad's gonna be pissed.
Cutting to the present day, we see a young girl named Annie walking through town. She's headed to Camp Crystal Lake. She comes across a dog, and the dog's like, "How far?" she asks. My apologies. "Perhaps my deputy Enos can give you a lift. He's in the diner." So Annie meets Enos meets Annie, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll drop you off at Camp Crystal Lake." Enos understands that Annie might feel a little uncomfortable, so he starts putting her mind at ease.
All the girls up there gonna look as good as you?
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you?
God damn it, Ralph, get out of here. Go on.
Never come back again.
Who is that charming young man?
That's Crazy Ralph.
It's got a death curse.
Yeah, he's kind of a staple around here. He ran for governor last year. Yeah. Almost won.
I tell you, he's causing problems enough for your boss with all that talk.
So Enos explains the camp's history.
2 kids murdered in 58, boy drowning in 57, a bunch of fires. Nobody knows who did any of them.
So basically...
Camp Crystal Lake is jinxed.
But I can only take it halfway. So Annie jumps out to hoof it the rest of the way.
Ooh, what a fun little jingle.
Fun fact, this music wasn't added in post. This is just the music that plays whenever Kevin Bacon is around.
That's preposterous.
No, check it out.
And you're a cash fucking customer. What do you think about asking me where Billy is? I'll kill you.
Crazy, right?
Truly remarkable.
Enter the owner of the camp, Steve Christie. He's been out here renovating the place. Everyone except for Annie is now all together, so they assert their dominance over nature, and Alice shows them where they can get settled.
Okay.
And then there's this moment. I don't know.
This is the scariest thing to happen yet.
Yeah, acting was cheaper in those days. So Alice runs down to the lake to get the ick off and to ask Bill if he needs anything from the store. They mention that everyone except for Annie has made it to camp. The whole time somebody is spying on Alice and Bill. So Steve heads to the store and gives everybody tasks to complete before the big storm rolls in.
You neglected to mention that downtown they call this place Camp Blood.
Don't forget, downtown they call this place Camp Blood! With the boss gone, Ned almost commits negligent homicide because men don't know how to flirt.
Ta-da!
Inconceivable. Why not compliment her bone structure or take her on a nice graveyard picnic?
We don't know what we're doing.
Girls only want boyfriends who have great skills.
Annie hitches a ride with his Jeep, and it's not long before she senses danger, for they've passed the entrance for Camp Crystal Lake.
Hey, wasn't that the road up for Camp Crystal Lake back there?
Fearing for her safety, Annie desperately jumps out of the moving Jeep. But all of a sudden, she's attacked by a bear!
Oh my word.
I'm just kidding.
Heavens for that.
She gets her throat cut. So the gang takes 5 on the beach while someone spies on the counselors from across the lake.
What the dog doing?
And before they know it, it's time to stop dicking around. Shut up, Ned. And back at camp, Jack kills a snake and celebrates when the police arrive asking about Ralph. It seems he's been causing a ruckus, but they haven't seen him, so he takes off. Always time for a Pee-wee reference.
Agreed.
Alice takes over for Annie in the kitchen and finds an unexpected visitor in the pantry.
Messenger of God.
Ah, splendid. And how would you say we are if we stay here, sir?
You're doomed if you stay here. This place is cursed.
So Ralph creeps everybody out for a while, but he eventually heads
It's got
off.
a death curse. You're all doomed. Get on the ride, you fucking greedy bastard!
All of a sudden, the power goes out, so they run on over to the generator to restore it. Also, there's this dope beaver. Meow. This is my river. You'll never take it from me. Meow. Ned's walking along the shoreline and sees a shadowy figure enter one of the lakeside cabins.
Oh, Nedrick, do be careful.
Around the lake a bit, Jack and Marcy embrace as the edge of the storm rolls on in. Marcy shares a story of how she had a scary dream that one time, and Jack does his best to retain consciousness. But she runs her mouth until the storm settles in. And with the rain pouring down, Jack and Marcy retreat to a cabin to, let's say, check the linens.
Oh, my dear boy, I'm almost 1,300 years old. I know when someone's about to introduce Lady Margaret to John Thomas.
Okay, well, I was just...
The twopence knee trembler,
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Slotting for barnacled biscuits, are we?
Okay, yeah, that's probably enough.
A parley between Lord Nobbington and Lady Beaver?
Can we just...
The fizzy giblet foxtrot, you say?
Please stop.
Carry on.
Back at the cabin, the others settle in for a game of strip
Why don't you
Monopoly.
see if Marcy left any of that grass?
And while Jack and Marcy are getting down on the bottom bunk, Ned's up on the top bunk secreting his own fluids. Post-coitus collateral damage compels Marcy to head to the ladies' room, and Alice buys Baltic Avenue.
Baltic Avenue. I'll buy it.
With Marcy gone, Jack sparks one up, but feels something fall on his face, and the back of his neck feels really pointy. And Marcy makes it to the ladies' room. I'm just kidding. But the villain is not far behind.
Jack?
The storm is really picking up, and Brenda remembers leaving her cabin windows open.
This game's fun tonight.
So she heads off while the others clean up.
Hey, tell me, were you really gonna go ahead with it?
Where the devil is Steve?
I know, right? Steve's been at a diner grabbing a cup of coffee and chatting up this little filly right here.
Ah, I see what's keeping the old chap.
That's Sandy Crawford. Miss Aerosol, 1926.
Poor bastard never stood a chance.
Coffee finished, Steve dons his raincoat and heads back to camp. The storm's getting pretty bad, but he's only 12 miles out. Brenda makes it safely to the ladies' room to freshen up before bed. Refreshed, Brenda heads to her bunk, but we see evidence that someone is stalking her.
Gadzooks, Stephen, you must make haste to rescue these Gentile young souls from the clutches of our dastardly villain.
Fucking thing sucks!
Steve gets a ride from his cop friend and decides he'll just get the car in the morning. And Brenda's chilling in her bunk when she hears a tiny voice cry out for help.
Oh, Brenda, don't go.
Our villain lures Brenda to the archery range where they turn on the lights. Bill gets back from checking the generator and Alice could swear that she heard a scream. So her and Bill go to check it out.
Bill? Can I come?
So the search begins. They find an axe in Brenda's bed and are like, what? And run to check out the other bunks. They get to the other bunks, but no one's there either.
Where are they?
They check the bathroom.
Nothing?
They run to the office to use the phone, but the door's locked, so they have to break in. Only to find that the phone's been disconnected.
Hello? Oh, this damn thing's dead too.
That was delightful.
With no easy way out, Bill suggests waiting for Steve as he should be back any minute.
Perhaps he's working with our villain.
Here comes the meat wagon!
Finally, our captain has arrived. It's time for Steve to dish out some well-deserved camp justice. Have at them, young fellow.
Hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
Oh, bloody hell.
Our villain sneaks over to the shed and shuts down the generator, forcing Bill to go check it out while Alice catches some Z's.
She really sleeping right now?
All of a sudden, Alice wakes up and she's like, where's Bill?
Oh boy, here we go.
Bill!
Bill, I've come for you!
Bill!
Come out here right now!
Alice unfortunately finds Bill stuck to the back of the door. Alice heads back to the main house, freaking out. She barricades the door and she's like, yeah, I think that should do it. I should be safe here for a minute. Brenda's body comes crashing through the window as a Jeep pulls up in the drive. Alice can't believe her luck and rushes outside, but instead of Steve, this lady shows up.
How are you? Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
Oh, thank you.
I don't believe I trust this woman.
Nor should you.
Should never have opened this place again. There's been too much trouble here.
She's full of shit. Turns out she's been out for revenge ever since her son drowned due to the negligent, horny staff. It's all been her. The dark history, the murders, the disappearance of the Cool Ranch taco, everything. Suddenly, Mrs. Voorhees attacks, but Alice quickly gains the upper hand and runs out to the Jeep to escape, but then she's like, oh, I'll just try the woods. Mrs. Voorhees catches up with Alice and the two slap each other silly all over camp. Until Alice gets her hands on a machete and...
Nice shot!
Finally safe but exhausted, Alice pushes a canoe out into the lake and barely beats Charlie Brown and the gang in the big camp race. Suddenly, the undead child Jason rears up out of the water to drag Alice into the not-so-briny deep. The end.
What an amazing tale.
Oh wait, that last part was a dream. She's fine. The end.
I believe that concludes our business for now, sir. We really must do this again.
Well, hey man, thanks for hanging out.
I'm afraid I must dash. Do tell me, the film by any chance stir any memories for you?
There was this one part. What was it? No. No. The water. I remember the water. Just a seemingly endless expanse of water.